Værsgo. We are introducing the CTV PointLiner trenchless repair set. With this set you can repair without digging, and you have a solid permanent repair. The set is a complete set containing the packer, and we can do repairs with the start set from 70 millimeters to 160 millimeter pipe. The heart of it all is a cylindrical packer that will expand from 70 millimeters to 160 millimeter. We have to prepare the packer before using. In the set you will find flexible air push rods to propel the packer into the pipe. Also, we're using a coverall to protect ourselves, and we have a flexible stretch foil to protect the packer, which will wind on the packer. We are using tape, flexible electrical tape. We have safety rope. We have the repair kit itself containing fiberglass and chemicals. We have a 10-meter air hose, a spatula, and some grease to apply to the foil after we apply that to the packer. We have gloves to protect the hands. And we have a roller and an air gun to inflate the packer. We will now show how to do it. We can repair faulty pipes with cracks or bad gatherings or holes made by rats. First we need to inspect the pipe and measure where the damage is. Then we'll have to clean it for sand, so we'll have a clean surface for the chemicals to glue onto. Now we will prepare the packer. First we take the stretch foil, cut it off in the length sufficient to cover the packer. That means we will cut off the stretch foil in the length of the packer plus 10 centimeters. We have done that now. Then we'll wind it on the packer like on a cone. That means we will take one end of the packer, apply it first. So we'll have it a bit longer on one end than the other. This enables the stretch foil to expand with the packer. We will tape the ends with duct tape. In order to keep the stretch foil in place during the whole operation. In this part of the operation, don't use the electrical flexible tape, use the duct tape. Then we have to protect the packer furthermore using grease, which is a water solvent grease. Do not apply any grease containing silicone or other dissolvents. Only grease that you can do with your bare hands and will not harm the packer. When we have completed this process, we are ready to carry on. In the continuous process, we will protect our hands and eyes, so we'll use gloves and goggles. Now we are gonna prepare our consumables. The kit of consumables is specific for the size of the pipe, and it contains chemicals, protective plastic, and the glass fiber. The chemicals is a two-component. When applied to the glass fiber, it will harden out in about 1 hour. The glass fiber will be soaked with the chemicals. The A and B component will be mixed together by shaking for at least 2 minutes. We use a double layer glass fiber to ensure the strength of the repair inside the pipe when completed. We take the protective plastic foil so we won't get chemicals all over the place afterwards. We take the glass fiber and arrange it on the plastic, ready for the chemicals. Now we are ready for the next step. We will now be impregnating the glass fiber. As you see, we are using the appropriate materials for this. We have the gloves, the spatula, we have a roller, we have the goggles, and we have chemicals. The fiber is arranged so it's easier to apply the chemicals on the glass fiber when we're ready for it. For safety measure, when we're putting in the packer in the pipe, we will have to attach a safety line to the packer to ensure that we can get it out after we let out the air from the packer. We will now impregnate the fiberglass. We take the chemicals, which is an A and a B component, and apply the A into the B. We will need to mix or shake for at least 2 minutes. We apply the A into the B bottle, close the bottle, and then shake it. During this process, you will have to protect yourself. You will wear the goggles and the gloves. As long as the fiberglass is fluent, you can clean with alcohol. Now we take the A component and pour it into the B bottle. After we have done that, screw the cap on the B component and shake it for 2 minutes. You'll notice that the chemical will change color into a yellowish beige color. For a 100 millimeter repair, the 2 bottle has a total of 0.75 liters. For a 150 repair set, you will need 1.0 liters. After the 2 minutes have gone, which is about now, we will apply the chemical, which is a silicate, evenly on the 2 sides. You will see that the glass fiber is rough on the one side and has a fine woven on the other side. The rough side will take more chemical than the fine side. Use long or big strokes for this operation. After doing the rough side, we turn on or turn over the glass fiber and do the next side, the other side. you will see that the consumption of chemical equals the content of the bottle. When you finish, you shouldn't have anything left in the bottle. It's an easy operation and will take only about 2 minutes. Now we are finished. Now we are ready to apply the fiber on the packer. We are taking the fine woven side of the fiberglass and putting together with the other five woven side. So we have the rough side on each side of the now ready to use fiber. Prior to rolling, we need to cover the prepared fiberglass with additional plastic, and then we will roll firmly, assuring now that any excess chemical will be rolled out of the glass fiber. This process assures that the repair will be smooth and free from excess chemical. After we have rolled, we open the plastic again, and we are now ready to apply it to the packer. We can take the packer now, and we will place it on the middle of the repair fiber. Always, and this is mandatory, always place it on the middle. We will roll it firmly onto the packer, and after having done this, we have 2 pieces of flexible tape that we will put on each end. We are ready to do that now. Prior to this, we have cut some pieces about 50 centimeters long of the flexible tape. This tape will keep the repair fiber in place during the placement in the pipe. Before we put it into the pipe, we can apply a little air into the packer so the fiber is firmly placed on the packer and will not move. Now assure that your compressor is working and you have air available. We have taken a test pipe in which we will now do the repair. We take the air hoses, connect to the packer, and we will lock the quick coupling so it will not go anywhere during the operation. We take the gloves and the prepared packer with glass fiber, apply it into the pipe in the correct length, and finding the length, you will have to measure from the middle of the packer to the beginning of the pipe, putting a mark on the air hose or the push rod. When we have done this and placed the packer we will, before going into the pipe, connect the safety line to the packer, so we are sure that we'll get it out again. We will connect the air hose, and then we can inflate the packer. Before we push it into the pipe, we will apply a little bit of air, which will expand the packer just enough to keep the glass fiber in its place. Having done this, we can continue and push it all the way in to the place of repair. Having reached the place of repair, we now apply enough air, which is 2.5 bar, to inflate the packer. You will see this operation now. Having done that, the packer will expand in the pipe and will press the chemicals into the repair damage. And having reached the 2.5 bar, we are ready to wait. Now we have finished. We have waited 2 hours, and we can deflate the packer and take it out again. This is how the finished product will look. We have a firm and steady repair, which is stronger than the existing pipe. We have an E-module about 8,000 to 9,000 Newton per square millimeter. We have a permanent repair now, and we can leave the work site.